tú. He's also to your left. He's also
another down.
Never had a chance. That's done? Who's hungry?
You ever seen a backstabbing ogre? Didn't think so.
Something reeks about this. We should tell Captain Asierno.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marius, could I examine your soul?
Oh, no. You'll use none... None of that spooky soul business on me.
But I promised to be gentle.
What are you... you even looking for?
Nothing. Thank you again for letting me join you. An animancer never misses an opportunity to embrace the unknown. Still, being an animancer feels different without Fior Mesiverno. For the first time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. It'll take some getting used to, that's for sure. At least now I have a place I can call my own. Good, because I have a lot of research to do, and this could take a while. Not to change the topic, but this little adventure of ours, will it be dangerous? A little bit of trouble in moderation can be good for the soul. My mother and father taught me how to defend myself, among other things. When you need me, I'll be ready. I hope so, anyway. You too.
Hey, about earlier. Sorry for going off like that. I haven't talked about Tom in a while. I haven't had much of a crew lately, and it's been easy to follow your lead. Seeing the choices you've made has put me at ease. Maybe a little too much. First time for everything, huh? And troubling. What was it she said? The Steel Garrote will ensure the safety of Adiran interests? They aren't going to make you any friends, that's for sure. Stay sharp. A storm's brewing. And better if we can find it before it finds us. It's been years. It was always green and overgrown, but I don't remember it being quite this. Exactly. Something about Emerald Stair has always been unsettling. Everything in the living lands grows wild, but it's different here. Those giant roots, whatever they are, I don't remember them being quite as big or close to the settlement.
You must have a death wish.
Marius is right, and I don't usually say that in front of him. If you see anything that looks like it's trying to hug you, draw your weapon, or run. Not a whole lot, and I've been happy keeping it that way. Playing around with essence, poking at souls, trying to move them out of and into places they shouldn't be, it makes me queasy. Though, if we're going to understand the Dream Scourge and your godlike lineage, I suppose we'll have to get comfortable with it. Still, I'm happy to leave those pursuits to other people.
Exactly. Other people. People who are a safe distance away. No offense.
You have your point of view, and I have mine.
True, but at what cost? There's a reason Animancy's failures are more famous than its successes. For every maniac it's cured, it's created dozens of corpses, or worse.
Animancers are always called upon to defend ourselves, persecuted and criticized, when all we want is to be left alone.
I've just always felt more comfortable with things I can see and grasp for myself. Then I guess it's better that you're the one with a connection to something in the beyond. If you get up in the night, don't wander too far.
Between the two of us, thank you for helping Yatsli reach that vase. Maybe it seems like nothing to you, but to her it's everything. When you consider how many Orlans and dwarves there are, it's outrageous that we build so high off the ground. What a pain. Don't let her size fool you. On the inside, Yatsley stands as tall as a mountain. One of these days, she's going to change the world, shake things up. And I'll be at her side, grinning like a fool. Anyway, thanks again. What's on your mind? Ah, you want a story? Very well. Settle in. It all started about 50 years ago, in the great city of Spirento. A young nobleman by the name of Maxim Vidaro sought to inherit a distinguished government position. Unfortunately, yes. A distant cousin cheated Maxim out of the title. He was No one lifted a finger to help. Not the banks, not the merchants, or the politicians. So, Maxim did what Valians do best. I was just getting to that. A good storyteller knows when to pause for emphasis. Maxim plotted his revenge. They say he prayed to Scan, the effigy, god of rebellion, and take their best and brightest, their heirs, their scholars, their futures, to the far side of the world, never to return. And Maxim did just that. He gathered a following and left the Veil. We prefer to call it an intellectual haven of free thinkers, but it's true that most of us are animancers. Spirento was full of animancers, many of them in debt, and Maxim was a wealthy patron. So the animancers followed Maxim all the way out here, including my parents. At the time, this place was an animancer's dream. No oversight, limited government. 40 years later, Maxim vanished. It's nonsense, of course. His son has been in charge ever since. For better, I have good reason to be critical. But I also know his life is dead. He and I might squabble in public from time to time, but thanks for listening.
I love a good ghost story. Just
Hadn't heard all that before.
One of these days you'll have to tell me an Adiran ghost story. You learn a lot about people by what scares them. Let me think. Quilici has a girlfriend. As cute as... That isn't a secret. Thanks for talking. Marius?
I don't know what this thing is, but it's giving off power like you wouldn't believe.
Fits like a glove. Let me think. Marius? I've been wondering about something.
What's that?
How do we keep finding Zorobs on every continent? They don't strike me as the seafaring type.
Oh, that's simple. Simple. Zarbs probably stow away on merchant ships or ride on the back of dragons or something like that.
What if Aora was once a single landmass, and the Zorob tribes drifted apart over the years? Could that be possible?
I'm pretty sure you're overthinking it. It's like rats. You see them everywhere too, but they don't have their own navy either.
Maybe right. But I like my theory.